What's up, guys? Skyllus here, along with
arCtiC. What up?
And we're doing a commentary of a TDM map on Trenches. We're scrimming against a team called Riot, who we actually know some of these guys from back when we worked and ran tournaments
at eBash.
At eBash.
Yeah.
So Sparty and Mighty on main, maybe the other two, I'm not sure. But this will be our stand-in video for the lessons video this week. As you know, I didn't have one last week. It's because I'm having tons of computer problems with Premiere and my new Blackmagic Intensity. So I've got the recording bit down, but Premiere just doesn't want to edit.
Yeah, basically he's boff.
No. So I finally switched over to Vegas and should be good next week. Spent most of the day getting Vegas up and running. So be good to go. So we did the strategy development video yesterday from arCtiC, talking about this very map. It's very game tight. So I thought this was a good map to show as far as how the map plays out. And we actually struggle in this one.
Yeah, they came out fighting. They would not let us get a good setup on them. We had top control pretty much the whole entire game. When I say top control, I mean nest. You see my POV right here. We're up at nest. We have it almost the entire game, but we just could not get angles on them up top because we were struggling at the crane side.
Yeah, you'll see me struggling just to get out of the spawn for the next probably like 2 minutes, I think it was. And the score is quickly going to go into their favor as a result, as they're just getting all the crosses that we're giving up by not being around the rest of the map.
Yeah.
So our setup is kind of based around having control of the map, so getting back control is something we haven't had a lot of experience trying, because we rarely have lost control playing in scrims.
Yeah, that's one of the reasons that is because teams just aren't playing TDM, so it's hard for us to find people that can, or find teams that can play that can beat our setup. And this is probably one of the teams that this is the best setup I've seen to counter what we've been doing.
And you'll see here, this was happening to us a lot, is the guy up on top of the spawn was able to get all the same crosses that we would normally get from the top of the hill.
Right.
So when I was trying to retake, every single time I'm getting shot in the back, Danny's getting shot in the back, and here I go to go see if he's there, and he isn't there anymore.
Yeah, he went ghost on you.
Yeah, so it took a while to get back. At this point I told everyone to slow it down, and we started to do just that. We started to just look for our kills. Alex picked off the guy who I think was up here originally, and now I'm trying to help Danny down beneath.
Yeah, we actually had, Cali North plays at Sandbag, and he had to move. I mean, he just could not sit up there with me because we basically had 2v4 in a sense, because he just wasn't getting any angles. And
it was the same angles, they were redundant.
Right.
And if both you guys are getting angles, then we're just dying.
Yeah, so you see he's moving around the map. I'm still up top, so I ended up working out, but very strange, and they showed us quite a bit that we didn't even know was possible with angles and stuff. So really
yeah,
cool.
I actually didn't expect that top spawn angle to come into play at all, and it actually was a large reason why we were struggling, and it was flipping the spawns as well, which was making things more chaotic.
Yeah. So, and the first time it's flipped, I think we were all like, "What? They flipped the spawns?" But that was because you were getting crossed from our side and your back, and then when the spawns flipped, they had another guy.
Crossed to my back.
Yeah, so it was like it was really crazy how they had that set up, and that was the first time I have ever seen any team successfully use that top portion of the map ever. So I think it was probably one of those things initially where it's just like a wasted feature, a wasted point on the map. To be honest. And
that cover actually got added to the game. It wasn't in the beta, so that little piece of cover you can sit on.
Really?
It was wide open during the beta, if I remember right. As you can see, we eventually got our setup, which is what we're in here. I'm playing more aggressive because I had Digger and we're down to kill. And we were kind of worried that they would just kind of sit back and take the 1 point advantage. So I'm looking to see if we can get anything. And when the foghorn came, they all blitzed top.
Yep.
Which is something that I think almost everyone's going to do in that scenario, is when the fog goes off, expect them to push the top to the top.
Yeah, so yeah, I think that's pretty much been the norm from what teams that we've seen. That's like their only opportunity to regain the top. And they actually flushed me out, but we still had top control because you got 2 guys, and then Callie got the last guy, so we still had control of the top even at this point. So it wasn't like we lost that one access point.
Yeah, and now we're just trying to get all of our normal crosses in order to get back full control of the map.
You see, we finally took the lead here. I don't think we lost it after this point.
No, I don't believe so. It was, once we get into our setup, it was alright. They, more so than any team we play, were actually using the smokes to get out of the spawn, which is something which I've been waiting for teams to do. And
see how it works.
Anytime we scrim, like, teams just won't throw smokes, so they don't want to be playing TDM in the first place.
Yeah, so a lot of teams right now use smokes to stun in order to get power weapons because that's what the norm is for execution. You guys remember strategy development. Execution is basically the basis for opening rush strategy. So you really don't have to establish map control. You just want to grab the power weapons right away. So with TDM, you actually need to use the smokes to regain position on the map, not power weapons. You want to regain position and get out of spawn traps.
I don't think the digger got grabbed for the first 2 minutes of this game before I went down there and finally scooped it up after a couple deaths.
Yeah, the digger, you just can't, it's too hard to grab, honestly.
And as you can see, they're starting to work the angles that they were trying to do earlier. But they haven't followed up with any kind of an aggressive push. I think they're just trying to figure out where to go from here. And Alex is going to start mortaring them out and get them off those platforms. With little success. I think they moved. They moved, which is a small victory.
The mortar actually coming into play.
Yep. It rarely gets used on this map, especially because you're so open on that platform.
Yeah. Now, one of the things, obviously, I would like to see as a change, and I've been thinking about this for a while because the digger isn't being used, is actually putting the digger down at
He just got inked.
and cave. Yeah, that guy was hiding in there because Alex's mortars were bad. That was in nades, and he inked me from nades.
Yeah, and that gave them a chance to start making their moves. As you saw, that guy probably could have kept on pushing me.
Yeah, I mean, you can see how vital my position is. Once they got me out, they were willing to move. And they actually have two guys now up top. So they're trying to do our setup to us, but...
And our protocol on this is if they have that setup, we try and kill the guys on spawn.
Right.
So we'll just ignore them entirely up top and try and get the kills on the spawners.
Yep, so... I guess we're kind of giving some more tips. But yeah, if we lose position and they have two guys on respawn, we're basically spawn trapping those two guys. It makes it a little bit more difficult with the 5-second spawn protection, but...
And if they want to, because of that spawn protection, they can just run and go underneath.
Yeah.
Because we're not going to be down there.
I was actually down there. I was behind him.
Were you down there?
Yeah, I was floating back and forth once we determined that we were going to spawn trap them.
Kind of living on the edge.
Wow, I could have ran.
Yeah.
Ran back the opposite way. So actually, you got that down on that guy.
Ah.
That's how that happened.
Yeah, I was wondering how you got down.
Yeah.
I was happy to take the kill, but...
You might upset some people.
Yeah, I know. I've seen the comments. Competitive match, stealing kills, makes me a scumbag. Yep. It's messed up. And as you can see, those guys haven't moved up top, but we've been able to keep doing work on the other guys.
Right. So while they're not helping their team get out of their spawn, we're able to trap those in that. Like I said, we got a 4-kill swing off of just those two guys because they can't move out.
And I think this is a tough position in TDM when you're down like 3 or 4 kills at this stage in the game, where you know you only have like 3 minutes to make a move and take back control of the game.
It's like what?
Like I'm not sure what you do. Like it's like you want to be aggressive, but if you give up kills, then you lose.
The biggest thing is like you don't have the power weapons on after pickup are just not spawning fast enough. So your one chance or one thing that you might think to do is like, okay, we need to grab a power weapon. It's not
I have a Scorcher.
It's not coming up. You got the Scorcher on this map. I mean, there's nothing to grab that's really going to help you out in a situation where you're down.
Yeah, I think that the power weapon should be down low. Like, it would help a lot as far as keeping teams from just setting up like this. But actually, I like the map of TDM. Like, I've been enjoying it, and I've been enjoying seeing teams get. Ooh,
You didn't even see him.
I don't need to see him.
This is the end.
This is the end. So yeah, I'll go ahead and say this: lessons video next week, promise, and probably gonna be on the digger. That's what I was going to do this time. I had like 80% complete before Premiere decided to.
Don't believe him. Don't believe him, guys.
You saw it.
Demand it, or you're not going to see it.
So yeah, it's probably gonna be digger, and I'm gonna have to re-record everything just for you guys.
And we end up winning this, guys.
Yep.
Pretty close. Probably our closest TDM on Trenches.
They did
ever.
really good on all the objective stuff. So
Yeah,
props to them.
So good game, guys. I will catch you guys later.
Next week, you see a lessons video. Peace.